and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joshua Arce of Joshua Reviews and News, or whatever the channel is called, I always forget. But I guess that's just because it's the name of all of my other social media accounts besides my YouTube, which is weird. But I just uploaded a video, which was the 2024 slate video. But you know, obviously, all of those videos will be hopefully coming out this year. But, we're still going to be going with the casual DC Marvel updates every week. Hopefully every week. I'm trying to make it every week. But, listen, I'm trying to keep these as short as possible. Because I really don't like sitting for an hour and editing all these videos. So I have a few things to show you here, and then we can all move on with our day. So if you can already tell by the title of this video, this is going to be surrounding the news of the Supergirl casting that was announced yesterday. I have it pulled up right here. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into other things, Supergirl related, DC related, whatever DC related, and yeah, let's go. That was cringy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Millie Alcock has been cast as Supergirl in the DCU. This is coming from Deadline, but James Gunn did go ahead and confirm it. Obviously, she's known for her role in House of Dragons. I've never personally seen it, but people seem to love her in it. And, you know, this whole Supergirl is going to be introduced in Superman Legacy, and then she will maybe... I say maybe because I don't even know if the DCU is going to get past Legacy. But, so, after Superman Legacy, she's going to be in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Which is supposed to be a much grittier, darker take on the character, and maybe she can pull that off. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. So, I wonder how we're going to go from a light, hopeful Superman to a dark and gritty Supergirl, and I wonder how that dynamic is going to play off on screen between David Cornsweet and Millie Alcock and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and you know, all these other heroes that keep appearing in Superman Legacy. Supergirl, to me, is the only hero that should be appearing in this movie. I don't really think it's necessary to have up to a million other heroes in this movie. But it's funny, right? Because everyone is loving this, but everyone bashed Snyder for putting Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman. So you all must absolutely hate all these castings coming out, right? Because there's absolutely, like, no way you guys are accepting this whatsoever. That's not true. Seen a lot of people actually excited for this, which is pretty weird. And it just goes to show the amount of hatred that goes towards Snyder's way for no absolute reason. I love BVS, the Ultimate Edition, obviously. The theatrical version is a bit wonky. And, you know, we're gonna see how this all plays out on screen July 11th, 2025. But I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's going to work. I highly doubt it'll work. But considering the general audiences don't really know who these characters are. Not a lot of people, like, only really die-hard Arrowverse fans watch the Supergirl show. So it's very, very weird that they're going with the much grittier and darker version of Supergirl to introduce to general audiences. I think that's a pretty weird thing to do. Considering, you know, it's been known for quite some time now that some people don't really like dark and grittier movies, especially when it comes to DC. It's a bit weird, but you know, everyone is just so excited for this DCU, and listen, everything that people keep saying, it's all just pretty stupid to me. You know, they'll go and say, hey, look at all these awesome cameos that are going to be appearing in Superman Legacy, and then they'll go and bash Snyder and be like, cannot believe this guy started out his universe with Wonder Woman showing up in the second movie without even getting her own movie. Absolutely crazy. Why are we killing off Superman in the second movie? What? Crazy. It's not like the studio rushed them or anything. No. It was Snyder and Nolan's and Terrio's decision. It's not like there are articles out there stating that the DCEU was rushed by the studio because they wanted to catch up with Marvel. No. It's just all Snyder's fault. All Snyder's fault. But with James Gunn, every single person can love it. It's so unbelievably crazy and so unbelievably biased, all because he gave us a few Guardians of the Galaxy movies. It's a bit weird. And which he might have stolen writing credits from Perlman in the first one. So Stop with all this nonsense, please. Talk common sense. Don't talk nonsense. It's going to be our motto for 2024. Talk sense, not nonsense. So this is James Gunn on the casting of Millie Alcock as Supergirl. As I said earlier, he did confirm it. It says here, James Gunn on the casting of Millie Alcock as Supergirl. This is coming from my Threads account. Don't know why I loaded up Threads. Probably should have put Twitter or something, but who cares? Strangely, Millie was the first person I brought up to Peter for this role. This is Gunn talking. Well over a year ago, when I had only read the comics, I was watching House of the Dragon and thought she might have the edge, grace, and authenticity we needed for the DCU Supergirl. And now here we are. Life is wild. So apparently, if Gunn was already talking about Supergirl to Peter over a year ago, probably before even The Flash was announced, then kind of lying to Sasha Calle? Like, why are you giving her false hopes? Like, come on now. Don't... I hope Gunn did bring Kaye into her office and talk to her, because if he's just doing this abruptly, then it's a big jerk move. It's like a major jerk move, and I hope that's not the case whatsoever. And I hope that Sasha got some closure onto why she's being recast. She was one of the best parts in the Flash movie. I personally didn't enjoy the Flash movie that much. I know some people who do, but I didn't. So, like, especially growing up on the CW show, and I'm like, how's a CW show this much better than the literal Flash movie? And why the heck are we getting, like, all these cameos, but Grant frickin' Gustin isn't showing up? It's one of the most awful decisions that has ever been made in the history of comic book movies. To not have the guy cameo who's been playing the character for 10 years, but you can go behind the family of Christopher Reeve and still include him in the movie, even though Reeve is literally dead. So, you heard this correctly. The Reeve family came out a few days ago and said that they had no involvement in Christopher Reeve's cameo in The Flash. And that when they found out, they didn't even bother to go see the movie. So, you know, that's Warner Brothers for you. If you guys want to keep supporting this company, please do. Because, you know, they're such a great company, and they absolutely love to fill everyone in on what's happening. And they love to keep people who've already been cast in roles. It's not like they announce someone and then like a month or two later they announce a whole frickin' reboot of a universe and say, hey, this Superman here? Nah. We're going with David Cornsweet. No. Zack Snyder? Nah. We're going with James Gunn. Christopher Nolan? Nah. We're going with Peter Safran. Does that not sound brain dead to any of you? A lot of you are probably thinking to yourselves, what do you mean Christopher Nolan? So for all of you who love to bash, the Snyder movies, but love to give praise to the Nolan Batman trilogy, which is great, Christopher Nolan was a producer on Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Executive producer, for that matter. Nolan was actually the one who first came up with the story for Man of Steel. He chose Snyder to direct Man of Steel. So, just some knowledge for you there. And if I seem a little sarcastic in this video, it's because I am genuinely ticked off by this studio. I've been watching videos of audience reactions to Zack Snyder's Justice League, Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman over the past few weeks, and they really ripped something that was going to be special right out of our hands. And I also want to talk the Batfleck movie here for a second, because someone on Instagram came out and said that Mr. Freeze was going to be in the Batfleck movie. We already had Jay Olivia all those years ago saying that it was one of the best scripts that, I believe, that she'd ever read. It might be him. I don't remember, especially nowadays. Can't really tell. I might cut that part out. Listen. This studio is completely unaware of what these fans want, what I want, what many other fans want. Instead, they decide to go with the very small minority that is actually excited for the DCU, rather than everyone who was literally posting Restore the Snyderverse all those years ago. And release the Snyder Cut, and release the Air Cut. I think that video would be out already. I just released a video talking about how Gunn promised the Air Cut. Y'all can make memes of me or whatever, I'm gonna give y'all a little forehead shot right here so that, man, my forehead is big. Y'all can go ahead and put, Gunn up here, right? Go ahead and do that like y'all did Aaron. Because I'm not going to care. If anything, I'll probably just block you. Yes, James Gunn is in all my thumbnails and all my titles regarding DC. He's the CEO of DC Studios. It's as if I was making a video about Zack Snyder's Justice League, but not including Zack Snyder in the thumbnail or in the title. That doesn't make any sense. So, yes. Again, I never noticed how big my forehead was until right now. So, giving y'all some peak entertainment. Let me see if I have anything else right here regarding the DCU. I think I do. I do. Yes, I do. Hang on. It's because it was too big for me to post on Threads or Twitter or anywhere else. So I had to post it on Insta. My golly, man. So this is Matthew Vaughn talking about the Supergirl casting of Millie Alcock. And I'm also have something Matthew Vaughn related in my Marvel update that should be released tomorrow. I think YouTube only allows like 3 videos a day from a creator. Otherwise, if you post like a 4th or 5th, they're not going to get as much traction as the other 3. So that video will probably be coming out tomorrow. I'll probably record it after this one. But yeah, anyway, again, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. But I've been yapping this whole time. Matthew Vaughn talks Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. I'm a huge fan of Millie Alcock. Huge fan. Met with her for this other project we're working on. She turned me down. Which was sad. She's a fabulous actress. Then again, I do find it very weird that they haven't got a director. That surprised me because you shouldn't cast this because you shouldn't cast a movie if the director should be casting the movie. I don't understand who cast it, Gunn, if there isn't a director. I was asked about doing The Flash way back, but I said I'd only do it if I could recast, if I'm directing my own superhero film. I want my own new superhero. But Millie Alcock, I probably would have put forward for it if I was directing. So I haven't considered it. Never say never. I'm a huge fan of James Gunn and Peter Safran, so yeah, I would consider it. Even though he went out of his way to basically throw shots at Gunn for casting Millie before they have a director for Woman of Tomorrow. You know what's going to be funny? Is that if they actually get a director that isn't Gunn to work on Superman, Woman of Tomorrow, which I highly doubt is going to be the case, and the director is like, hey, I didn't do this casting. I don't want Alcock to be my Supergirl, especially what we saw potentially in Legacy. Like, no, let's go somewhere else. Maybe let's bring back Melissa Benoist. Let's pick this actor. Let's not go with Alcock. Pull the Cavill. Because that's all that the studio seems to do 24/7. So, listen. The only other DC movie coming out this year is Joker, Folie à Deux. I still haven't seen the first one. I have to. I know. I'm so sorry. I meant to watch it before I left the States because it is on Netflix over there. But now that I'm back here in Costa Rica, none of the DC movies are on Netflix over here. So, thank you, Netflix Costa Rica. You're great at making deals. Listen. The DCU is definitely going in an intriguing direction. And I say intriguing, not to the fact that I'm interested, but I'm genuinely intrigued to see how this all falls apart fairly slowly. Especially after the report that we just got a few days ago about Warner Bros. Discovery stocks becoming lower and lower. And James Gunn hasn't had any talks to renew his contract at DC Studios. David Zaslav hasn't had any talks to renew his contract at Warner Brothers. There was a report last year that Peter Safran might be leaving his post this year. There's so many things that these Gunn fans keep absolutely not paying attention to, and they keep thinking that everything is going to be fine and everything is going to be released. Brother, they canceled Batgirl. They had no reason to do that, besides a little tax write-off. So, and they canceled Coyote vs. Acme, and this studio cancels a crap ton of projects that fans are anticipating for. So again, if you're excited for the DCU, that's fine. I'm great. I'm interested in Legacy. I don't really know how that's all gonna play out, but we'll just have to wait and see. If you're interested in the DCU, that's fine. That's great. I'm happy for you. I really am. If you're not a fan of the Snyder's DC stuff, that's also fine, I guess. Just as long as you have the right reasons. if you're hating on it just because everyone else does, frick you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But seriously, like, come on. So listen, I literally have on my bio on Threads, Snyder fan, and then I put in parentheses, deal with it. That's how much crap I get on social media for being a Snyder fan. It's absolutely insane. So listen, that's why I bring up in every video that you guys can make all the sort of edits you want, but it ain't gonna affect me, not in the slightest. So again, please try, because it's not gonna work, unless you guys just spam. Then I might just lose my mind. But you know, I don't even think I have a big enough fan base for even to get mocked at. Maybe some 30-year-old out there is gonna be like, look at this 16-year-old talking about DC and has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. So listen, that was me yapping for about like 10 minutes. The video itself is 21 minutes. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. It's my ADHD. So, listen, I'll catch you all. Whoa. Voice crack. That's wild. I'll catch you all in the next video. Again, the Marvel update should be coming tomorrow, as long as my Zack Snyder's Justice League review, and we'll just see where life takes us. Anyway, I'll catch you all later. Take care, and peace.